Hi everyone, Edith here. It's good to be back, even though I have been pre-filming all this time to start up my YouTube channel. It has been quite a while since I've filmed, I think at least a month, maybe a bit more. I do apologize for the time gap and everything that we need to catch up on. There were a lot of things going on, mostly good things. Some of them were maybe a little bit stressful. I'm not going to get into all of this right now, it's irrelevant, but I had good reasons to be absent, but now I am back. I, of course, didn't say anything because I didn't even start up the YouTube channel as of this time. I was pre-filming. So let's just get right back into it, and we're gonna continue with our favorite girl, Anna O'Brien, aka Glizzes and Bagels, aka Viking Princess Lifts. If you don't know it about me, my name is Edith. I am a personal trainer. I've been living in Japan for the past decade. Originally, I am from Israel. I used to be fat, quite overweight. I was at my peak at 2019. Took me a long time to get to where I am now. Did not happen in a year. It did not happen in 2 years. It took 5-6 years. And yeah, I did use some help from GLP-1s, especially towards the end of my weight loss for a few months until I got to where I wanted to be, and then I maintained. So I am very pro GLP-1s. Anyway, that was all my intro, my FYIs, my whatevers. Let's get started with Anna. I am so excited to catch up with her. We have a lot to do. We're not going to go over every single one of her Instagram posts. Actually, you know what? No. Let's get into her TikTok. So we're going to go over her TikToks. There are so many to go over. So let's just start and see where it goes. I don't want this video to be too long, so yeah, let's get into it, shall we? Before we start, I want to read her caption. People always struggle with the way that she writes, and they struggle reading her captions aloud. So do I, and also please remember that English is my second language. I then also studied French for 6 years from junior high to high school. My French has since went down because I did not use it, and then also the Japanese, which is fine, I guess. So let's read. That peach is why. My Strongman lifting belt is a combo of 10 millimeter, I guess she meant leather, but it says lever. Leather hard belt over a wider soft belt. Thankfully, I now have everything in the right size for me. That was a debacle. That said, the process did include having to rebuy my soft belt because I accidentally mailed it in my return of the oversized hard belt. Oversized, yes. What could ever be oversized for you, Anna? I'm sorry. I'm still getting used to using a belt, but I am excited to see where this takes me once it's my new normal. Okay. This was relatively okay to read, maybe because she was not trying to be artistic and lyrical with this one. Okay. The music that she's using is by Sir Mix-a-Lot, famous song. Sometimes I do it in karaoke. Is that it? Is that all she's doing for this one? Just showing off her belt? Okay, nobody cares. Next, okay. Oh, she's talking on this one, but before she talks, let me read her content. Oh, okay. This was a little bit of drama. She made up a story that people were talking about her at the gym. That's because over the past couple of months, this is, by the way, from the end of November 2025. Right now is January 2026. So we have a lot to catch up on. So people online have noticed her heavy use of filters, both face and body, and she wanted to rebuttal without directly addressing it because I know that she doesn't want to seem like she follows the trolls or that she listens to trolls, which what she calls trolls is just reaction channels like mine. So she made up this story of something that happened in the gym, and then later on she kind of takes it back, maybe it's in one of her stories that's already long gone, but because she realizes that it looks, the people in her gym seem like not so nice people. Let's see what she has to say. First of all, her caption. Again, I'll do my best with reading. Yesterday, I was walking from one side of the gym to the other and overheard a group of lifters talking. They mentioned how there was a girl, not a woman, a girl, at our gym who people say is faking it using AI and filters instead of doing the real work. This man was defending her, saying he sees her work hard in the gym all the time. I knew these men, all of them men, were talking about me. It was confirmed when they realized I was nearby and awkwardly said hello and changed subjects. I was not mad at them, actually the opposite. It was nice to hear people who see me but do not know me defending my work ethic. That said, no matter how hard I work, how much I show up, how strong I get, the people that hate me will find new reasons to validate their hatred. Okay. She doesn't use commas correctly or any punctuation. So, not any, but she barely uses punctuation. So I find myself out of breath just reading her stuff. All right, let's see what she has to say audibly.
Gym, and I get reminded about the people.
Sorry, from the beginning.
Sometimes I go to the gym and I get reminded about the people who just really want me to fail, just really want everything in my life to go wrong. And in the beginning, it's always upsetting. It's always upsetting to see this. But what I don't think they realize is when they do this to me, it just makes my resolve to succeed so much stronger.
I hardly believe that there are people who want to see other people fail or to see things going badly for other people just for no reason. I do not believe that, except for some really faceless, nameless internet trolls who might say some things, I don't believe that people actually have ill intent or want things to go badly for other people without knowing them, without having a past or whatever. The fact that she says that people want to see her fail mostly is telling about her personality. She thinks that she is so important and that she takes up the space in people's thoughts and minds so much that they're just obsessed with her. This is classic main character syndrome, as they call it these days colloquially. And honestly, if you look that word up in the dictionary, you'll see Anna's face. She is obsessed with herself. She always looks for attention. She needs constant attention. I feel like it's because when she doesn't get attention, good or bad, it's as if she doesn't exist, like in her mind, in her feeling. So she has to believe that she takes up all this space in other people's heads in order to feel like she's real, like she's a real person. Let's see what else she has to say.
Because I will prove them wrong. I will do the things they think I'm not capable of. So I guess, thank you. Thank you for so consistently and constantly trying to hurt me, because it has made me...
Who tries to hurt her? I really wonder who she imagines tries to hurt her.
stronger. It has made me more resolved to do all the things I want to do that you think I'm not capable of.
Okay, here's a few things that I have to say. I will say that sometimes spite is a good motivator to do certain things or to kind of pick yourself up by the bootstraps. I had times in my life, including recently, that I have not been feeling like myself, that I have been feeling maybe down on myself or like things have regressed, whether it's physically or mentally or whatever. And okay, sorry. By the way, if you hear a whistle, it's because it's an extremely windy day and the wind is literally whistling outside our windows. So if you can hear that, I apologize and I will try to take it out in edits. Sorry, back to my point. Back to my point. When you're not feeling like yourself, the feeling that to kind of pick yourself up by the bootstraps is to prove people your worth, whether it's because of spite or whether it's because, you know, you want to remember who the F you are, etc. It's not always a bad motivator. I think actually it can be a very good one. So this is my one point. My other point is that I don't think anybody, at least all of the reaction channels that I watch, I don't think anybody thinks that she would never be able to do whatever XYZ. It's mostly that she goes about things in a wrong way, and also that she doesn't listen to advice. She thinks she can do things perfectly right off the bat. She's quite vain. That's what people say, not that she would never be able to. I think that if she was a more normal person up here, she can achieve a lot of things. Because, as I said before, she has quite a bit of athletic talent and she's not devoid of athletic ability at all. If she lost weight, she could be, like, you know, she could be great at strongman or lifting or whatever. But, yeah. The fact that she thinks that she takes up so much space in people's minds is really telling about her mental state. Anna, I'm not going to say that nobody cares. People do care. I care. But you're not taking up that much space out of my day. When I'm not reacting to Viking Princess Lifts TikToks, she takes zero space in my mind. Okay, continue. I want to see what she has to say. First, I'll read her caption. Hopefully it's punctuated. This is from November 29th, 2025. I beat my lifetime longest time holding a plank, so it's still a win. That said, I really want to achieve a 1-minute plank. Again, why? Please give me your best planking tips in the comments. Form suggestions, exercises to help prep the body for longer holds, the best songs to listen to, or how to mentally keep it going. I wanna. Y'all have been so supportive, and I just know a few tweaks from more experienced plankers will help me achieve this fitness goal. First of all, this is not a fitness goal. This is just a personal challenge that she decided to undertake without regarding her upcoming competition. Her competition is now in probably 3 months, maybe a little bit less. She needs to prepare only for that. Not do any silly challenges, even if they only take 1 minute. Is plank a good exercise for core stability and strength? Yes. It also requires a lot of joint and ligament durability that Anna probably doesn't have because A, she claims to have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Never confirmed, so I don't buy into it. People kind of talk about it as if it's confirmed. I'm not buying it at all. Second, her weight. Her joints are not prepped to work against her weight. She mentioned somewhere before that she had like shooting pain up her arm last time that she tried a plank, and I am not surprised. She is not primed for it at all. Third point, you will soon see that her plank form is bad, and I will also explain why her plank form is bad. And she makes it easier on herself to plank. Not that this will be easy for someone like her, but let's say just an average person, when you plank with actually engaging your core and staying in the hollow position, a plank becomes a lot harder, okay, than just balancing on your toes and hands. I would also suggest for someone like Anna to maybe plank on her forearms. I don't know if she can because she's quite thick. But that would have less joints involved in this movement and less opportunity to have pain. Let's see how she planks and then I will talk about the form.
Let's get right to it. Today, I am trying to do a plank for an entire minute. This is something I have never been able to do in my entire life. I think the most...
Stop. Okay, so you see her form here and the fact that she's sort of like squeezing her bum. When you plank, you're not actually supposed to have a straight line from your shoulder to toe like this. You're not supposed to have your entire body straight like so. You are supposed to have a slight interior tilt of your pelvis in order to engage your core. I will try and show you guys. Standing up. So she is standing like so. What she should be doing is create a hollow, engaging her core, being like this. That would have a slight angle on her legs when she's planking. It's not like standing up. She'll be a little bit like this. Right now she's like so. All right? So actually, her core is not actually engaged. She's just holding up. When you do it the right way, holding a plank for 1 minute is extremely tough. Very, very tough.
So that we've been able to get is about 30 seconds. So how did I do today? Well, first there was some heavy breathing, then some grunting, and then some more heavy breathing, and then I fell short. I needed about 37 seconds, but I was not going to let this define my gym experience. So...
Okay, she was not grunting, she was yelling in a public space. Then now she's doing shoulder presses with quite a heavy weight. I don't know exactly how much this is, but it is heavy. I do want you to see her form. I hope she does another rep.
I was doing my final set.
Okay, I paused here because when you do shoulder press, your shoulder, I'm going to mark it on the screen as well, shoulder bone, hip bone, knee, and ankle should be stacked completely vertically. She is leaning back a lot. Now, it does two things. One of them is less important. One of them is that she gets to engage more her pectorals in order to push the weight, which is not so strict, but it's also not the problem. The problem is the angle on her freaking spine, okay? That's insane. Now, I've talked about this before. The reason that she leans back so much is because she lacks the core strength and stability because of her shape and size. That caused so much weakness here in the front. She has this tendency to lean back, and even more so when she's doing shoulder presses, which a lot of people have the tendency to lean back to compensate for some lack of strength. What else can happen is that this is shifting her body weight and this weight onto her heels or the back of her feet, which can make her lose balance. She cannot plant her feet on the floor properly when she's pressing at this angle. This is horrendous. I would take more than half of these plates off, maybe stay with just this one wheel that is probably a 15, or maybe just take the entire weight off, just stay with the bar with a 45-pound, 20 kg, and work on form, work on engaging your core. This is what core stability is all about, is keeping your body solid and straight when different forces try to push and pull it in different directions. This is what functional core strength is about. It's not about doing crunches or sit-ups. It's about actually being able to maintain your body's stability and your spine stability against external forces, and she has none of that.
Of 125 and overhead press, and I was feeling really freaking good.
I do not notice Go-Go Gadget arms for this one, so maybe she was not filtering for this. I think people, what they see sometimes is that when she locks out her elbow, it looks like her arm is extending unnaturally, and sometimes it does. But here, it's just the extension of the arm. Let me see if I can get it in frame. I might have to go down on my knees, but this is my arm when it's not fully extended, and this is when it's fully extended, right? So the difference between, even lower, the difference between this and this is extreme, and I'm not filtering, right? So I think we can give her some grace when it comes to this.
Really freaking strong. And I said, you know what? Maybe I don't have a plank, but maybe I have a PR. So I jumped up to 130 and I was able to do 2 reps. The second rep looked often.
All of them
We're
looked
not
off.
going to share it.
All of them look
I then did my regular workout, which included some bench pressing
Okay.
and then some lateral raises.
What's she doing lateral raises?
I didn't leave the gym a failure. I left the gym with even more drive to try again and maybe next time succeed.
Fine. She likes to try and be so inspirational all the time. I can't relate. She does not inspire me. Sorry. Let's watch 1 or 2 more TikToks, okay? I'm going to read the caption first. Sorry, I was like lost in the sauce here. When I say I'm trained to be a strong woman, people often think I am saying that I just want to be strong and a woman. A lot of people don't know there is an actual sport I am training to compete in. I think most people know, but I mean, I understand the confusion. Training for the sport is about lifting heavy, but it's also about speed, precision, and mental ability to get your body to do crazy things. Speed, precision, and mental, okay. Speed, she does not have. Precision can be worked on, but for everyone. Mental ability to get your body to do crazy things. Anna loves doing crazy things. Anna loves doing crazy things even if it endangers her and the people around her. So, she's there, all right. For example, I'm considered a novice in this sport and lift nowhere near the amazing women who currently hold titles. Why do you think that you, Anna O'Brien, who picked up a sport 4 months ago, 3 at this point of time, 3 months ago, in your 40s, could ever get anywhere close to women who've been doing this their entire lives, probably started in their late teens doing this, and are holding titles, right? Why do you think this is an appropriate comparison of a woman in her 40s who started doing anything just a few months ago, a fiscal quarter ago, to someone who dedicated their lives to this? This is just an example of the deep delusion that she lives in. I wish I could be this delusional about anything in my life, I swear. Just for one day to have that type of feeling. Oh my God. Oh my God. I know that I'm a very cynical person, so maybe I have it to like the other extreme, but my God. Let's see what else she's saying. I found a community, and that community enables me to do cool... Oh, wait, sorry. I skipped a bit. Maybe I'll get... nowhere near the amazing women who currently hold titles. Yeah, no shit. Maybe I'll get there one day. Maybe I won't. I mean, okay, it's good to have big dreams and shoot for the moon, right? You might land amongst the stars. That doesn't really matter, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure that if she goes face to face with the reality that she would never actually be more than a novice or an intermediate, then she would quit. I found a community, and that community enables me to do cool things like throw bags, lift logs, and hopefully someday pull a semi-truck with my hands. I'm going to be my strongest self. I believe she could pull a truck today. I pulled a truck one time. I mean, I was strapped in with a harness and there was a rope that I could pull, and I was sort of like almost crawling. Or maybe no, there was no rope. I just had to crawl. So if I can do it with my, at the time, body weight, which was almost 70 kg, what was it, 150? I believe that 450, 500-pound Anna could definitely pull a semi. I'm so sorry, but it's true. She can. She can. I believe in you, Anna. You can pull a truck. All right, let's see this TikTok from the beginning. Muted because there is copyright music. Here she's throwing a bag. Nice, that seems fun. Static hold, yoke. Everything goes by so quickly. Stones, axle clean and press. The axle clean and press looks really cool. Okay, that's nice. I think the main event here was the caption, which again illustrated her deep, deep delusion, which I'm a little bit envious of. You know what, Anna? People are jealous of you. I am jealous of you. I am jealous of the level of delusion. All right, last one coming up. Here we go. I'm going to read the caption first. Just a sweet, sweet fantasy, baby. Nail polish emoji. If I can dance, I will. Also, I'm not working in the top of my range today. In the top? Blech. I have problems with propositions, by the way, guys. I'm sorry. Whenever she uses in, it sounds to me like that doesn't make sense. Maybe my problem is not with all propositions, it's just with the way that she uses the proposition in. I don't know. I am not working in the top of my range today because I'm dealing with some inflammation. Yeah, no joke. I definitely wouldn't do this if I wasn't fully confident I could safely control the weight. What the hell is she going to do? Okay, this is muted because I'm sure there's music here. And then it says, when your song comes on in the middle of the set. Do you want me to sing something? Okay. She's cleaning the log and pressing. That was fugly. And then her song comes out. Skibbity boop boop boop. So she was doing a little jig with this log overhead. Let's see this again. That was awful to look at. Clean and push press. And then her song. Baby boo boo boom. No. I wouldn't do this even with a training bar, which is a 5 kg bar, 10 pounds, 11 pounds. I would never do that. This is just not something that you do. I don't know. Even when it's safe, okay, 5 kilos is very light, okay? It weighs less than Stella, and Stella is a small dog. It's just why? Just for the TikTok? Just for the clicks? I just don't get it. And then she puts it down. Look at her face. Never made this face at the gym. Even when I did things that I truly thought I could never do, like when I got my first bar dip, it was quite a bit heavier than I am now. I got my first bar dip, which I've worked on for many moons. I was very excited. I was actually on the verge of tears, but I never looked like that. Well, anyway. Okay, this is all for now. I will continue catching up with her. We have so much more to catch up on. Let me know your opinions about everything that we mentioned today. Her lifts, her form, her personality, my personality. Yeah. Anyway, see you next time. Bye-bye.